Hey, what's up, YouTube? Let's see. Alright. Wonder if anybody will come through today. Maybe. Maybe not. Hey, I haven't seen you come through in a while. Washington. How's life been going? All right, that's good. Hey, Galaxy Kush. Looks like we got one person in the room. I thought we had two people in here. But I guess somebody left. Yeah, I'll give people a couple more minutes to come on through. But I don't know I'm not even sure what I want to talk about. I don't think so. Galaxy Kush. I only see one person in the chat. You live in California, right? Galaxy Kush? Okay, Florida. Okay, like Miami, Florida, or Tampa. Let's see. You heard about Tyler Perry betraying Colin Powell. Uh-uh. Okay, Tampa. But yeah, I didn't hear about Tyler Perry betraying Colin Powell. Originally from the Midwest, like Wisconsin. Okay, Detroit. What made you leave Detroit? Hey, welcome, Melissa. Thanks for coming. Welcome, my Floridians. Guess somebody left. Okay, let's see. What can we talk about today or this evening? Cold weather and a dying state. Ouch. Yeah, but that cold weather, yeah, that's a bit much. I don't know how people do it, but maybe I might give living up north a try at one point. Hmm. Kind of thinking of what we could talk about today or just or this evening. Some kind of like black social media topics, I guess. I know Paris Milan did a video recently about some singer I never heard of defending Yes Jewels again. Galaxy Kush. Cold weather with gray skies, depressing, especially when half the city is in ruins. Ouch. Hmm. Well, do you visit often? Do you still have family that lives in Detroit? Hmm. Yeah, still got family in Detroit. Quite a few moved out of state, though. Hmm. Well, I guess maybe they just wanted better job opportunities and perhaps a better quality of life. Did you make this move recently or did you do this during the whole like um recession? Because I know like in 2007 the recession happened and I think it hit Detroit really hard because of like the car manufacturers going out of business or downsizing. Okay, around 2009. All right, so about almost probably like what, just about 10 years. But so let's see. What could we talk about for a topic of discussion? I should have thought of this before hopped on the live stream. Mm, Melissa Connell, you look tired, Stephen. A little, but it's just a combination of tired, but also trying to unwind from just stress from like personal issues. Um, my own personal issues, and then also I was helping a friend with their personal issues as well. And also still kind of dealing with some stress as far as like finances are concerned. You know, there's always something. There's always something. But welcome to the chat. The chat. Welcome to the chat. Uh, three people. Well, some folks will probably come on through a little later. But yeah, also I'm not like one of those night people, you know. I go to bed probably at like a reasonable time. Hmm. Politics, okay. I don't know about religion. I don't know about religion. So do you guys vote? Kind of like in like federal, like presidential elections or state elections or even local elections? Do you guys vote? Melissa Cano, I vote locally. Okay. But not so much in the state elections or in the federal elections. See, I don't think I've ever voted locally, but I voted in the state election once. This was my first year. I voted in presidential elections, um, probably the last three elections. Galaxy Kush wants to know if Melissa Cano is Dominican. That's an interesting question. Melissa Cano. LOL. No, I'm not. I'm African American. Okay. Let's see. Melissa Cano. If you had kids, would you raise your kids to be African American or would you raise them to be like Afro Latino or like mixed? Galaxy Kush. A lot of Afro Latinos in Florida. That's why. LOL. Yeah, there are. I know like Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Cubans. I usually don't encounter many Afro Latinos as far as like, well, I know where I'm at. The Latinos aren't so, well, it's like a particular area where you can find the Afro Latinos and Dominicans and whatnot. But I think the Latinos in my area tend to be more like mestizos and indigenous. So, do you think we're going to have a new president, or you think that the Trump administration is going to be a 8 year, a two-term president? Because I'm thinking that's probably what's going to happen. I don't, for some reason, I just don't see Donald Trump losing any steam at this point. Um, I kind of think they should give the Democratic nomination to Bernie Sanders. Galaxy. Oh yeah, mestizos are always the majority. There's more of them than Afro Latinos, unless you count Brazil. Hey y'all, welcome to the chat. I'm not sure who you are, but thanks for coming through. It's always something. Celeste She. Hey Stephen. Hey everybody. Hey Celeste. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. Celeste. Thanks for coming. Shui. Okay. Celeste Shui. Okay. Are you part Asian? Blasian? Or Afro Asian? Nope. All right, so let's see. I gotta think of a topic. Um, so, hmm, I don't know. Hmm, hmm, hmm. There's so much going on. Where can you start? I don't know. I guess something about a college admission scandal. I heard that football player got let go. Um, Jaleel Adai. He was the football player who was a part of that toast saying, cheers to more light skinned children. Oh, with Aunt Becky, the internet is overreacting. Yeah, he got let go. Yeah. Maybe they were offended by one of the tweets he made because he had said something about somebody saying white people smell like wet dog or something. So maybe he got fired over that. I don't know, but yeah, he got let go. And some people, took pleasure in that because I guess they were offended by him cheering for light-skinned children. You know, I'm assuming some women were offended. He's just overall offensive. I mean, don't you guys want to go and coddle him? Don't you want to march out in the street for Jaleel Adai and his job? And then there was that soccer player who he was married to like this white woman, and then he wound up like having 3 kids with her and like somehow losing all his money in the divorce. I think she got all the money or whatever. And then he went back to his old girlfriend and she married him. Uh, I guess that's like examples of when swirling goes wrong, I guess. That sounds like something out of a movie. It kind of does. But no, that's real life though. That's real life for these people. Melissa Cano. I see dark skinned men obsessed with light skinned slash mixed women. Hmm. Do you think that Godfrey, the comedian Godfrey, is one of those men? I did a video about him a while ago. Celeste. I don't know too much about him. Hmm. He's a comedian. He's black, Nigerian, born and raised in the United States, though. Melissa Cano. He needs to get out, quote unquote. But what you mean by get out? Like, I don't think. Well, maybe I don't know. You saying that he's like in an interracial relationship? Galaxy. I think so. Okay, so you think that Godfrey might be, one of those colorist, dark skinned brothers who was obsessed with light skin and mixed chicks. Galaxy, yep, I can tell. How can you tell? Y'all think Derek Jackson is one of those dudes too? I know some of y'all black women love big up and, well, some of you love to big up Derek Jackson. There's rumors that like Derek Jackson is supposed to have like a white baby mama or something, but I don't think that's true. I think from the pictures that I've seen, I think that she's his baby mama's black, but she's like lighter skin. So I think that's probably the issue. Celeste, it doesn't bother me that black guys prefer white skin. All right, that's good. Is it because you're an interracial dater yourself? Galaxy Kush, what do you think of MGTOW? I think if it works for them, it works for them, I guess. I don't know much about MGTOW though. It's like men going their own way. Celeste, I have in the past, but my husband is black. Okay. I'm assuming he's probably like brown skin or dark skin, right? Celeste, yeah, we're the same color. Okay. Melissa Connell second that. So does so to Melissa, does Godfrey bother you in any way? As far as you, I know, I think you may have possibly said that he seems like he's obsessed with like light skinned women or something. Randy SoCal, salute again, Stephen Brown. This is your second live stream today. Cool. Yep, I came through again. Um, the first live stream probably wasn't done at the best time. um, I think it's probably better to come through a little later. But I was like, well, let me try it because I did it before and gotten some people to come through. But thanks. Okay, so you're cool with guys who are maybe prefer lighter skinned women. I suppose when it comes to black women who have a problem with that type of stuff, I think oftentimes this perhaps it's are the black women who are like, they only deal with black men. So they're, triggered more and feel some type of a way about it because they have restricted themselves and they feel like perhaps that should be reciprocated. Like they've restricted themselves only to black men, so they feel like black men should only restrict themselves to black women. And when that doesn't happen, they're kind of in their feelings about it because, just think about the dynamic of the situation. If you take out dating and just say, like, oh, you've restricted yourself so much for somebody and they haven't done the same for you, you're going to feel a little like weird about that. You're going to feel a little angry about that, even. Randy SoCal, light skinned guys stereotyped in America it tough being a light skinned guy. We are like we like light skinned women too. Who is taking the time to make memes about light skinned men? That's kind of lame. In the younger generation. But hey, that shows that you're on their mind. They're thinking about you. And they're talking about you. What you gotta really be cautious about and concerned about is when they stop talking about you. These are kids, and kids are dumb. Let's be honest. Well, there are probably adults with the same mindset, though. To be honest, some adults don't really mature beyond high school. To be honest, so they do probably have this whole high school mentality when it comes to colorism. Galaxy Kush, but these women just want to fit in. They actually buy into it. Well, people are followers. Let's be honest. More than enough people are followers. That's what people do. People are sheep. That's why people are really easily led. Celeste, I see a lot of people on YouTube with high school mentality. And that really signifies, like, a lot of times I think that signifies a lack of education, a lack of kind of like you've matured physically, but you haven't mentally matured. So, yeah, it's like you're like in your mid 30s, but you're still behaving as if you were in your mid or your late teens, I'll say. It's mostly people in the black community. It's so embarrassing. Yeah. I know somebody had came through in my comment section saying like, "Oh, colorism isn't a big deal past the age of 25, No one, past the age of 25 is colorist or they don't do or partake in colorism." Celeste, I think drugs stunted a lot of people's brain development. You could be right. That could be a factor. No, that could be a factor. Hershey Mason 100. Hi, Stephen. Thank you for doing my video request on Goffrey. Oh, sure. I hope you enjoyed it. We had talked a little bit about Goffrey in this live stream before you came in. Randy SoCal, I feel light skinned guys are hated on and under attack. They even have light skinned black women programmed to hate us. Not all dark skinned men, most. Well, I agree, but at this point, you just gotta let people do what they want to do. And if that's what you want to do, if that's how you want to lend yourself, then go ahead and do it. at this point. I mean, I make observations, but at the end of the day, it's just like it's an observation and conjectures based on observation. So people think that, oh, they get triggered by my videos and in their feelings about my videos, but it's just like, well, I'm just telling you what I see, you know. Randy SoCal. I feel like, okay, I read that. Celeste, remember when Future came out, everyone doing, started doing drugs. I didn't know that. Celeste, I think that's why we see a lot of light-skinned men interracially dating. Hmm. So what's the excuse for when the brown-skinned and dark-skinned brothers interracially date then? Think about that. What excuse do these men have to interracially date? Or even to date outside of their skin tone? Everything is seemingly in their favor. So why does it seem like these guys aren't satisfied? Hmm. And I brought that up in a video before. That's one of those questions that people gonna pretend like they didn't hear, gonna pretend like they didn't know. What's my take? I'm not exactly sure, but I just think that these, when it comes to these guys being hyped up, I think that low key they're being so hyped up that they think that they're perhaps beyond their brown skin, dark skin female counterparts in some way. Notice when they tend to get some success. Notice how the women tend to get lighter and lighter, right? And guys like to have the trophy wife or the trophy girlfriend, and they are, subtly showing that this is the trophy for them, you know. And also, I had mentioned this guy on YouTube. He's like a dark skinned dude, and he does like a YouTube channel revolving around like dating advice. And I noticed like in his ad, not ads, but like in his thumbnails for his videos, he'll often be with women. But I noticed that the women tend to be like light skinned and racially ambiguous or even white. I haven't seen him posed up with a woman who has his phenotype. And I'm not trying to call him out or anything, but I'm just saying that does sort of signify, oh, this is what you want. Like this is the prize, This is what you can get if you follow my advice. Celeste, they want Masters trophy, not their own. I feel like they've adopted that as their own in some way. Some, not all, you know. But yeah, at the end of the day, these dudes don't have no reason to be interracially dating or dating outside their skin tone, but they doing it. And black women, they can't really do anything about it, to keep it real. The black women who don't date interracially just have to accept it. They can complain, but at, at the end of the day, they just gonna get shamed for complaining or ignored. One of the two. Celeste, do you think it could be opposites attract kind of thing? Dark skinned men and light skinned women. That could be a part of it, but I think there's more to it than that. I think that on some level it is like socially engineered, socially orchestrated for that to be that way. And like I said, oftentimes when it comes to colorism, it's very much when it comes to that light skinned female, dark skinned male relationship dynamic, that tends to breed a lot of colorism. Again, that's something that's hardly ever called out. When I called it out on my video, folks wanted to come for me. Celeste, I've never had a skin tone preference. My preference was always height and intelligence. Well, it sounds like you are intelligent yourself. But, some folks do have skin tone preferences. And I ultimately can't knock anyone for having a preference. If that's just what they like or what they're attracted to, then, I'm not going to sit here and beg somebody to be attracted to me or somebody else. Just go ahead and go on with your life. Just don't be ignorant about it, though, or, you know, bigoted about it. You know. But honestly, I feel like for the black women, if you were to level the playing field, quote unquote, you probably could get better results, honestly. Galaxy, I always had skin tone preference around my skin tone, regardless of race. Hershey Mason. Most black people do. Notice that have skin tone preference. Let's see. Randy SoCal. Let's see. Did you change your avatar, Randy? Or your... See, I got backlash on one of Nyla's live streams. Nyla says live streams a few weeks ago for dating a light-skinned Afro-Latina. The female on this profile had a lot of black women getting mad, mostly dark-skinned women. Were you trolling? Because that's the thing. You can't go around trolling people and then, like, acting like you the victim, though. Let's see. That's a different account with the same name. Celeste, I don't know people. I didn't know people considered a different opinion to be trolling. It depends. Me personally, I don't consider someone who has a different, uh, an opinion that's different from mine to be trolling. But sometimes some people with differing opinions can end up trolling. Randy SoCal, I just showed up with this profile. They went off seeing this. Celeste, I thought trolling was calling names and spamming. That's a part of it. Grand Ultimate Villain. Hey, welcome to the chat. People can be contrarian just, I guess, just because that is a form of trolling to me. And what's up, y'all? Celeste, has anyone noticed the hate towards mixed and light skinned people lately? Hmm. In what way, Celeste? I'm not sure. Like when it comes to these presidential candidates, because she got hot sauce in her bag, swag. Galaxy Kush at Celeste. Oh yeah, people getting tribal. I can feel the energy. Celeste, yeah, that's an example. Imagine, if you will, doctors have diagnosed trolls as narcissistic, sadistic psychopaths. Oh. Gotta remember, most people spend 80% of their time on social media. Really? Melissa Connell, I heard that Will Smith is playing Richard Williams, Serena Williams' father. Yeah, I heard that too. So that's social media is the new idol worship. Galaxy, I don't have Facebook anymore. Can't imagine how tribal it is on there. Randy, I'm Randy SoCal. I don't troll people. If I have issues with a YouTuber, I'm going to make videos if them and say their names. Anyone that knows my videos are me on YouTube. No, I'm straightforward. Celeste, it's getting to people's heads. I've seen people's channels grow and start tripping out. Celeste, Stephen, what are your thoughts on the Jay Prince fiasco? I haven't even heard of that. I don't even know who Jay Prince is, and I don't know what the fiasco was about. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Grand ultimate villain. I'm too light skinned to care about such matters. Really? Celeste, it's some hip hop ratchetry. It's best you don't know. Is he on Love and Hip Hop? Ratchetry. Randy, to me, trolling is saying way out stuff using a fake account. A fake account. I've always used my real account in live streams. LOL. No, he's an old gangster rapper producer from the South. Uh, like Cash Money. Yeah, like them. He owns Raps a Lot Records. Huh. That is interesting. Never heard of them. Randy, Cash Money Prime in music was from 1998 to 2004, in my opinion. Celeste, do you think ADOS will come to fruition or are they just conscious hustling? I think that they're just conscious hustling. I really don't see reparations being a reality. And I've done two videos about this ADOS situation too, but I just don't see it. I just feel like this is a hustle, low key. Because look at the two people doing it. They're charging tickets. Well, they're charging for tickets to this like ADOS conference that's happening. And I'm like, isn't this supposed to be about getting black people money? Why are you charging money for them to get tickets to an ADOS conference? Yeah. Um, I think, okay, Yvette Carnell is one of the founders, and a guy named Antonio Moore. And I believe that both of them are charging like about $15 a ticket for this ADOS conference that's going to be happening about in October of this year, somewhere in Kentucky at like a HBCU. It's like on the website. And I'm like, well, where's that money really going? Is it really necessary to do a conference? Do you have to charge for the conference? Also, isn't this supposed to be about getting people money? So, I'm suspicious. Let's be honest, I'm suspicious when you're talking about money, but you're talking about getting people money, but you are, not helping people get the money. Grand Ultimate Villain, 15 bucks, man, let them folks make them pennies. Well, here's the thing, it's more so about the principle. It's like, is this really necessary though? Again, $15 a pop probably isn't a lot. It depends on how many people attend. Like if you have like 10,000 people attend a conference, then yeah, that is a couple of bucks. If you have like 100 people attend, well, probably not that much. Um, but they're getting their money either way it goes, though. That's the thing. So, and I'm pretty sure that they probably feel like reparations probably isn't going to happen. So, they're making sure they're getting their money. Randy SoCal, I thought the same thing. Black people will never get reparations, they ain't going to give Black Americans money. I think it's a hustle. Yeah, I think that it is a hustle too. And that's well, I've talked about um, the 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma Black Wall Street race riot. Like the victims of that race riot who were Black, they had a, they lost a lot of wealth and a lot of property and lives even in that race riot. And there's evidence upon evidence upon evidence of this. And the Supreme Court did not grant them reparations. And that would be an easier situation to deal with, giving reparations to just that small group of Black people. But no, unfortunately, they did not get reparations. And to me, I'm like, well, if they can't get reparations and all of the proof that they have, this happened within 100 years still, where, 2021 will be the 100-year anniversary of the Tulsa, Oklahoma Black Wall Street race riot. So it's just like, I don't see it really happening. Celeste, next they'll be selling ATUS shirts, backpacks, and tumblers. I could see that happening. I see that somebody gonna come through with that. Grand Ultimate Villain. They gotta pay for the venue and associated cost at minimum. Well, again, what's this conference about though? That's the thing. It's just, again, I'm suspicious because I know Black people way too well. And I know some people will just ride the wave for the money. Let's be real. We see this happening as we speak. People riding the Black wave purely for the money. They don't give a fuck about Black people. Imagine, if you will, where are they getting this money from? I thought the country was in debt. Well, that's true. Um, Hershey, could they be selling a false hope? Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They know how to hustle Black people. A lot of people know how to hustle Black people. The Democratic Party been doing it for years. Randy SoCal, we as Black people should move on from thinking we will get reparations. If it was going to happen, we should have been got it years ago. I agree. At this point, I mean, if it happens, then yes, we should just accept the reparations, of course. But I don't think you need to be I don't think you should hold your breath and wait for it, because I don't think that's going to happen. Perhaps we can allocate this energy towards something that's a bit more eh, productive, for a lack of a better word. Something that could help really deal with some of our internal issues in the Black community, because I really don't think this money is going to be the end all be all. Hebrews shouldn't expect reparations from Pharaoh. You think we learned from our ancestors. Randy, America has given the money they give billions to other countries every year. Real talk. Celeste, I think ADOS is a distraction from the 400 years of oppression that's ending this year. Hershey, it's a great idea to push for this as long as the motive is pure from these people. You can't lose anything. But, At this point, it's like you can't lose anything, but at the same time, where is this energy at when it comes to other issues in the black community? When it comes to the breakdown of the family unit or the black family unit, right? When it comes to black children and education, you know, a little while ago, the cheating scandal had happened, probably a few years ago. Celeste, they think money will reverse their plight. And I think black people are kind of like need to find some healing as a group of people. Love Sam 99. So true, Celeste. The Bible is clear about us as the true Hebrew Israelites, but the judgment is real. The wealth of the wicked is stored up in his saints, or for his saints. If America would stop allowing those not education, indoctrination. Hershey Mason, I see your point, because we get the money and then go right back to acting the same dysfunctional way as before or worse. That's the thing I was thinking about too, because sometimes I think you give certain people money, I think it really causes them to get into more trouble and to get into deeper issues. And I know that's messed up to say because I'm kind of like acting like, black people are just so childlike and just couldn't, properly even manage their money. You know. Love Sam 99. Fake Jews to bully them into payments. Randy, the main reason we haven't got reparations as a black race is that we don't stick together as a whole. Other race sticks together, especially Mexicans. The you haven't got reparations because this country is built on black people. They can't have black people walking around here being rich and successful. Then who the country gonna be built on? Celeste, now you know you can't talk about them. They're gonna get Mr. Brown flagged. LOL. They run all these platforms. Well, you know, according to my ancestry DNA test, I am part Jewish myself. So perhaps they will give me a slide or let me slide. Let's see. Exactly. Why would they give up their privilege? Yeah. Let's see. Imagine, if you will, there's a lot of trauma in our community. I agree. I feel like there's issues, and I just feel like we don't want to address them. We don't want to deal with them for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. Love Sam 99. The Illuminati slash Rothschilds would lose their minds. Celeste, I think the Rothschilds are just a fall name. We'll never know the people who run the world. Hmm. So, are you guys interested in going to the ADOS conference by any chance? No, and also I feel like there's some colorism that's probably going to end up coming up in ADOS anyway. I mean, look at the two people who heading it. Probably. Okay, so it sounds like you guys are on, the no train. No ADOS conferences for you. Don't y'all want to make a donation? Randy, a few rich Negroes is not black wealth. White people have 99% of all wealth. They be spending millions on hobbies and rare items like it's nothing to them. Hershey, I'm just not convinced of their motives. Hmm. Yeah, I'm suspicious. I've just seen too many people come through, speak on the pro black stuff, and then turn around and just really mess things up. Galaxy Kush, only way to maintain status is to oppress people. That's the thing too. Like, if they were to give black people this money, this would upset the status quo, you guys. And I feel like they don't want to upset the status quo because they benefit from that status quo. They benefit from the racial hierarchy of America. Imagine, if you will, it's very hard to deal with trauma. People need to cry, vent, talk about their pain. But because society stereotypes us as strong, we cover it up. The pain, which leads to acting dysfunctional. Hmm. Yeah. That kind of makes me think of. There's this video that I was planning on doing. Kind of like just going through this document that I found about African Americans and mental health. And I feel like when it comes to mental health, there are like a lot of barriers that prevent black people from getting mental health, as well as just people in general. Like mental health or help for their mental health. Yeah, it was a article, kind of like maybe more like not necessarily an article per se, but more like a report or like I say maybe a report, but it was put out by the American Psychiatric Association, and I was like, okay, you know, so I kind of went through it today, um, trying just to read through it and just, get a feel for it. I think I'm gonna come through and make a video about it sometime within this week. I'm trying to I'm trying to get back into making videos, you know. I have some throwback videos uploaded that I may release later. But yeah, it was just something that I thought about. And I'm like, I think this is a topic that's worth exploring, like African Americans and mental health. Let's see. Um, Randy, a lot of people think I don't like black people. LOL. I'm black too. I have two parents. I'm just light skinned. It's just sometimes I feel light skinned black people are not accepted in the black community. Galaxy Kush. Unfortunately, we can't save everyone. Grand Ultimate Villain. I think the mental health stigma is fading away. Slowly, it's still there though. Um, but I think it's slowly starting to fade away. And also, there are barriers to black people getting help for mental health issues too. Hershey, a lot of the mental health could stem from we as black people's need for white approval. I think that's the root of a lot of it. Hmm. Living in basically living in a society where perhaps you're just not valued or probably even treated as a human being to an extent. Let's see, Grand Ultimate Villain. I heard about more and more of us seeking help for issues. Celeste, I was born with mental illness. I think inherited it. Mm. Imagine if you will. Thank you. I'd like to see a video about that. Okay, I guess I can come through and make that video. Yeah, I wind up reading the article or whatever you want to call it. I don't really think it's an article per se. Um, I'll just call it an article. But yeah, I wound up reading the article today. I was, found it really interesting. And as well, they cited sources too. Let's see, Celeste. Everyone in my family has had it for generations. Our barrier lies in the health system itself. Our mental health symptoms are often undermined. Um, I read in the article that oftentimes when it comes to black people with like severe mental illness, like schizophrenia, um, bipolar disorders, and other psychosis like that, oftentimes those people are more likely to be locked up in jail or in prison compared to other groups of people. Imagine, if you will, that need comes from indoctrinating. They do it to us in school. Yeah, you are really fed, for the most part, a very Eurocentric curriculum. Sam, Stockholm Syndrome is real among some of our black/biracial sisters and brothers. This syndrome is real. I saw it many times with my past clients who were AV. Not sure what AV is. Everyday life in America can make black people act out in a negative way. Abused, neglected, and human trafficked. They treat dogs better than they treat us. Well, I'll put it like this, Hershey Mason. Let's suppose if we replace these police brutality situations instead of like black folks involved in them. Let's say there were dogs. How do you think people would react to that if they saw dogs getting shot down in the street? Randy, mental ill people should not be in prison. They should be in treatment. Well, black people tend to, if they are mentally ill, they tend to end up in prison more so, I think. And I can definitely see that because I feel like black people aren't really considered human beings in this system. Black people have been so dehumanized and also stigmatized and criminalized that it's like sympathy is lacking. The sympathy and empathy ain't there for black people. Imagine, if you will, they made black kids do an assignment where they had to write a letter to their slave master explaining why they escaped the plantation. It was in some state on the news. I forgot. If it's true, that's sad. What was the purpose of that assignment? Celeste, white people lose their minds if dogs were getting shot. Randy, that's true, Stephen Brown, sir. Randy SoCal, when black people join the military, they are put on the front lines to be killed. Are you sure? Love Sam99. Lo siento, Mr. Brown. My comments were broken concerning the Stockholm Syndrome. So true about black people ending up in the system. Example, the crack epidemic set up by the CIA, and our folks ended up. Let's see, imagine, if you will, that's what they were talking about. It was on the Advice show. Not sure if that's true, though. Sam, in jail, white people get treatment for the, I guess, opioid epidemic. Are black people receiving drug treatments or like any rehab while they're in jail? Yeah, and you know this opioid epidemic is being portrayed as a public health crisis. So that's the ope epidemic is why women can't get proper pain treatment after childbirth. Mm, I didn't know that. Wake up. It's hitting rural America, Galaxy Kush says. Yeah, they ain't got much else to do out there. Might as well get high off of opioids. Celeste, why get high off synthetics when we a world full of natural drugs? I guess when we have a world full of natural drugs. I don't know. I don't, go around getting high, so I don't know about that life. Hershey Mason, how do you feel about the Jesse situation? Jesse Smollett, that dude from Empire. Um, Kelly Hall. Hello. Hey, welcome to the chat, Kelly Hall. Thanks for coming. Imagine, if you will, they don't want a natural high. They want to escape from life, in my opinion. They better be careful. They gonna really escape from life if they take too many of them damn opioids. Yes, him possibly making it look worse for blacks. I'm like, why would you do something like that? Are you that desperate for attention? And also, people are going to use this as ammunition to say, hey, we shouldn't take these type of things seriously. Again, they probably weren't going to do it anyway, but this would be a legitimate reason why. I don't really understand why he did something like that. I think that was really irresponsible and really selfish. Celeste, I noticed that people who do drugs also have suicidal tendencies. Sam, reaping X has come. Celeste, not all the time, but sometimes. Celeste, so let's see. You see how the LGB community withdrew their support so fast? And like, no, we can't be involved with you, Jesse. Kelly Hall, the LGBTQ community doesn't cape for blacks anyway, gay or straight. Yeah, I don't think so. Randy SoCal, people that drugs are reckless and dangerous. They are out their mind. They don't know what they're doing. Celeste, I hope that was a wake up call to black men. Those people don't love you like we do. I don't even I don't know if that was a wake up call. I mean, it is a wake up call, but I don't know if they're going to take it as a wake up call. Hershey Mason, yeah, I had a white person tell me that they were glad a black person outed Jesse and not a white person. Mm, Jesse might end up with a felony. Mm, mhm. Celeste, I'm tired of white people walking around feeling guilty for being white. It's pathetic. Mm-mm. All right. Well, I guess I will bring this live stream to a close. I know it's late, and I know you guys have to get up and go to work. Get up and go to the plantation. Sam 99, don't forget the organ harvesting, Stephen. Most of these white people will admit they prefer black organs and our melanin. Imagine, if you will. It's because we live in a society that's built to oppress us, and that's an uncomfortable feeling for them. All right. Thanks for coming through, y'all. I appreciate your support, and I'll be back with another live stream soon. I'll come back soon. I'm going to try and work on the videos for that whole mental health video that I was talking about. I'm going to try to do that in a couple of other videos too. I meant to do it today, but I just got sidetracked. But thanks a lot, y'all.